kind. Super Shocker number 1, Dr. Macabre's Frightmare of Movie Monsters. Imagine seeing almost all the screen's scariest monsters alive, in person. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Teenage Frankenstein, Daughter of Dracula, The Fly, a man's body, a fly's head. Rodan, the flying monster, the colossal beast, and more, many more, never here before. Plus, Super Shocker number 2, Spooks a-Poppin', a thrilling new idea in spook shows. We double dare you to see this double header of super monstrous, superhuman, super shockers in person on the stage. New kind of horror show. Dr. Satan and his Shrieks in the Night. If you think you've seen horror shows before, we warn you, this new kind of show is completely unlike anything you have ever seen. The action takes place in the audience. You'll be surrounded by the most hideous horde of horror creatures ever to walk on the earth. You'll see back from their graves, fiendish vampires who drink human blood, living corpses, werewolves, ghost women, 1001 nightmarish creatures. Girls, do you have the nerve to meet the Invisible Man? He puts his arms around you. You can't see him, but you feel his presence. What a new thrill. Dr. Satan hypnotizes everyone in the audience, including you. You'll see the slave maidens at the mercy of hideous beasts, human sacrifices, death on the slab. So scary, your blood will run cold. Dr. Satan has appeared in person with and startled George Goebel, Donald O'Connor, Orson Welles, Jack Bailey, Art Baker, and many others. Ed Johnson of the New York News wrote, "At long last, I have seen a horror show even scarier than advertised. A horror show strictly in a class by itself. If it's thrills you want, thrills you'll get when you see Dr. Satan's Shrieks in the Night. It's brand new. It's brand new. Positively has never been shown at this theater before. Don't miss Dr. Satan's Shrieks in the Night, plus a great screen program."
walked through a graveyard late at night and seen a coffin open?
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated?
Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them.
See all this and more when you see on stage, in person,
that crazy mixed-up Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown.
Unlike anything that you ever seen or heard of in the past.
Hideous creatures from beyond the grave leave the stage and grab girls right out of their seats.
Girls, do not come alone. Bring your boyfriend to protect you when the lights go out.
You may find a live snake or rat under your seat.
A real dead body is given away to some lucky person at every performance.
Also, in person.
The Mummy and King Kong, famous Hollywood gorilla, real and alive.
Plus, on the screen, 2 horrific motion pictures.
Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown.
Plus 2 horrific pictures.
In person, on stage, first time here, 3 all-new Super Shock shows. Stage show number 1, From Beyond the Grave. It's Dr. Evil and his terrors of the unknown. Unlike anything you have ever seen before, the theater is turned into a graveyard. Your seats become coffins. Weird creatures sit next to you and put their cold, clammy hands around your throat and whisper things in your ears. Live snakes roam up and down the aisles. Inhuman monsters run loose in the audience and cut off the heads of beautiful girls. It's weird and unbelievable. Plus, stage show number 2. See in person, The Mummy and King Kong. Famous Hollywood gorilla. Real and alive. We can't advertise what the Mummy does when he grabs beautiful slave girls and the lights go out. But wow, something you never dreamt you'd see anywhere. Warning, girls should not come alone. You will have nightmares for a week. However, the theater management will stop the show anytime it becomes too scary. All on stage, in person, plus a horrific screen program.
Coming. The crawling thing from planet number 13. Karakoom, direct from Hollywood, presents for the first time on any stage, anywhere. You'll see blood-curdling space monster who died, yet alive, will come to seek the warm blood he needs to keep himself alive. Don't treat this lightly. How are you fixed brave enough?
Depths of darkness rises Garganta, the true king of monsters. He's on his way alive, in person, to scare the yell out of you. Garganta on the stage in Dr. Siltini's giant triple Scream Show for the first time on any stage. The stage show that brought you the Frankenstein monster in person now brings you direct from Hollywood, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe, alive and in person, in a 3-hour performance filled with more chills, thrills, laughs than you ever experienced in this century. It is engrossing, exciting, fascinating, filled with tense climaxes, gripping scenes, beautiful starlets. Yes, it's Garganta, this wild, inhuman menace, this 782 pounds of dynamite that makes Kong the gorilla look like a monkey. And that's not all. During the dark seance when all the lights are dimmed, ghosts, spirits, and vampires descend into the audience. You may find yourself holding a ghost, your girl, or someone else's girl. So watch out when the lights go out. But as Mae West would say, it'll separate the men from the boys. In New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, critics have proclaimed this stage attraction to be the show you must not miss. Even though it's a stage presentation to send you home in frantic flight, there are also some very eye-appealing scenes created by these beautiful Hollywood starlets in gorgeous costumes designed by Adrian. Yes, it's a stage show for everyone. But those of you under 16, please be accompanied by an adult. Not only because of what takes place during the performance in the dark seance, but the adult may be afraid to walk home alone. Now is your first and only chance to see, in person, on stage, and alive, Garganta, the giant gorilla of the universe. Watch for it. Remember the time, the place, and the date to see Garganta, alive and in person.
Next hour, marathon of fright. Shock follows shock. Your breath comes in gasps, hearts fall. Then, the mind explodes. For the unlucky ones, a straitjacket and a free trip to the booby hatch. To the strong, a free Fright Club membership card. See the grisly, macabre marathon of fright and learn your fate. Will it be life or living death?
All living things are my prey. The undead are my allies. The night is my domain, and the dark, dank tomb my dwelling place. I feast on human blood. May be yours, so beware. Beware.
Brand new, all new, the return of Dracula. From beyond the grave comes the dreaded Dracula, spreading corruption and horror wherever his cursed shadow falls. Innocent beauty becomes the vampire's prey, as paralyzing fear turns to hypnotic fascination.
You will do as I say.
Yes.
I bring you death, a living death. One drop of your blood and you're bound to me.
Jenny Blake's soul must be freed, Doctor. And all those souls of her victims, if any.
But how?
With a pointed stake right through the heart.
He's gone.
See, only an animal could do that to a man's throat.
Jack, what are you trying to do? Scare us half to death? What are you holding back?
It wasn't an animal that killed Joe. Same goes for Clovey. It was a man.
So much could fail if he should remember and tell someone what he knows about us. There's nothing else left but to...
But you're not going to kill him.
You think he still wants to live after what he's become?
Duncan! Duncan, darling, this is Helen. Helen! These men have promised not to harm you. Chris? Chris!
He's asleep.
What's right? Throw some torches up there.
It has been written since the beginning of time that evil, supernatural creatures exist in a world of darkness. And it is also said, man can call forth these powers of darkness, the demons of hell.
It is the night of the demon.
And tonight is the night that Dana Andrews, as a daring scientist, defies the mysterious, murderous devil cult in a desperate battle against the demons of hell.
Oh, why did you drop the poker?
Red hot.
Which isn't, you know. Oh, my boy, you're as pale as death.
There was something in here.
He has been chosen.
I've been chosen for what? What do you mean?
Today I found all the pages of my desk calendar torn out after October the 22nd. I know why. He died on the 22nd. John, what's the matter?
The same thing happened to my desk calendar after the 28th.
The frightened girl. The master of witchcraft.
You will die, as I said, at 10 o'clock on the 28th of this month. Your time allowed is just 3 days from now.
Skeptical? Don't make up your mind till you see this masterpiece of macabre magic. Because, after all, evil supernatural creatures really do exist.
Doctor, that monkey's head, is it alive?
Oh, yes, of course.
All you would need for me would be a brain. A human brain.
Well, it's hardly that simple.
Buy one, steal one. I'll do anything.
When the brain is healthy, it will never die. For even severed from its body, it continues to live, to scheme, to plot.
Look! What must have just happened?
For Carl Broussard, this means fantastic power. Now, once again, he can rule everyone and everybody, make them slaves to his venomous will. For inhuman strength, incredible might, unnatural powers, the man without a body will make your blood run cold. For it is without a doubt, without an equal, in thrills, excitement, and unbearable suspense.
From the death cell at San Quentin, he foretold the terrible, unimaginable future.
I'm gonna kill you. You thick-headed ape, you're gonna die tomorrow.
Indestructible, because the scientific experiment that brought him back from death made his skin as tough as armor plate and released every killer's instinct stored up in his demented mind. Spawn of science, he begins an irresistible campaign of vengeance, terrorizing the men whose lying testimony had sent him to the gas chamber, torturing the burlesque dancer who once had loved him and now wanted to divert him from his path of hate.
You're free to go, Mr. Lowell.
What's that on those streets and I'm a dead man? You let me go, you'll be responsible for murder. You know the butcher threatened to kill me.
Through the 700 miles of underground trains of the city of Los Angeles that were his hideout, he held a world at bay. Bullets bounced off him. Rockets couldn't halt him. Flamethrowers couldn't destroy him.